Hi everybody. For as long as I've known the website, then orange has been a big part of it from the almost the very beginning. And so why an orange? What in the world was I thinking when that was designed to be the logo of the site? Well, as you'll find out really right now, there wasn't a whole lot of thinking going on there. It just so happened. So let's take a look at the history of the orange logo and why it ended up becoming the logo that we see today. So back in the day when the site was just getting started, I bought a set of icons from a company called Dark Project Studios. And the icons I really liked were the 16 by 16 mini icons. So right now you're probably going like, wow, 16 pixels, that's really, really small. Well, back then the average web resolution was like 800 by 600 with maybe 1024 by 768 if you were really on some like really high-end thing or someone was viewing it on a high-end device. So at that time, 16 by 16 was pretty large. And so it was appropriately the right size to display iconography. And remember, the time frame I'm talking about here is like late 1990s or early 2000s. So I bought this icon library, had all these cool icons that I ended up using throughout the site for a lot of things. And one of the things I like to use it for was to display a random icon next to the Krupa.com logo, which looked this way for a very long time. And this icon that was next to the logo, right now you're seeing an orange here, was actually random. Every time you refreshed the page, every time you navigated, a different icon would show up. Except for a brief period of time where I had a bug in my random icon script that would cause the same icon to display every single time. So no matter what you did, the same orange icon happened to be the one that would display. So that was one kind of a quirk in time that led to that orange being a fixed part of the site. But there's another thing that really cemented its legacy, and that was a t-shirt design contest. So I created a contest where a lot of people can come in and create their own designs using the Krupa.com design that was available and sell it on their own store. So it wasn't a case where I'm going to be selling the t-shirts. It would be a case where the designers build their own t-shirt, the contest creators can just sell it from their own stores, so their own pricing. It was just a way of kind of giving back to the community from some of the popularity that they helped really create. So here's an example of legendary moderator Kyle Murray, aka Krillnon, sporting a Krupa.com t-shirt that you see here. To be fair, I also have some t-shirts that weren't all orange related, but here's one that was created by one of the winners, McGiver, and this is one of my favorite shirts. It's like has a very simple black and gray look to it. But yeah, so I have a t-shirt of that as well. And there's probably a box somewhere, probably somewhere else in the world where all these t-shirts were purchased by me and just archived for future reference. But the thing is that once the t-shirt contest was done and a lot of people started creating visuals for it, because I had the image of the icon, the orange icon displayed as part of the logo and it never changed, many people, correctly so, assumed the orange was a part of the site's visual language. And that kind of meant that it was very difficult for me to go and undo it. So now the question was, do I continue with the orange as the official logo or do I make some adjustments to it? Now, because the orange at the time was a 16 by 16 icon as part of that icon set I purchased, it was great for many things. It wasn't great for, at this point, higher resolution screens, higher DPI screens. The pixelation was really starting to get in the way. And so I need to create a new logo. And this time I decided to not purchase another icon library. I want to create one on my own, mostly because I was reading some books on logo design. I've always been fascinated by logo design. So I was like, let me go ahead and try my hand at creating the icon you see at the bottom, which is at this point, the orange icon that we see right now. And my thought process for this orange icon was as follows, is that let's imagine that, each stage of the website had a certain phase to it. The first phase is the orange. That's like, you have the fruit. What's the next phase? You either eat it or you make juice out of it. So let's say the evolution of the orange is juice, and juice is served in typically a glass container. And so what I felt of doing was, imagine we had a round container, a round glass essentially, and if we were to pour orange juice inside of it, what would the shapes kind of look like? You'd have a top part that was kind of an oval, you'd have the larger circular body, then you have a different coloration caused by the juice and the light hitting the glass and things like that. And so what I decided to do was, let me take all of those things and create kind of this like coconut shell kind of a glass where you had the orange juice inside of it, and then I added the leaves from the orange to kind of give it that same orange look to kind of keep the history of the orange icon where you had the pixelated orange with the green color still intact, but kind of go with the more modern twist of it now no longer being an orange, but being the next phase where it's an orange in a juice form. So there you have it, a history of how the orange accidentally became the logo for the website, the books, the videos, and everything else that I've created around it. If you have any other questions or any other part of the history of the website that you kind of want to know that what's going on, ping me on Twitter at Krupa, reply to the comments below, or find me in whatever format that you might find me in, because there aren't too many Krupas out there. And so it's not very hard to find me, and you can ping me. You can ping the other Krupas as well. I'm sure they're fine folks, but you might want to ping me though for the real deal on what went on with the website starting from 1999. All right, bye everyone.